who is the coordinator for the Science and Technology Education Unit, noted that to date, more than 100 students have benefited from the initiative and that the SRC aims to recruit 40 ambassadors by the end of the year. In marking the second phase of Share the Wealth initiative, 35,000 students in 31 schools across the island eagerly anticipate the arrival of a freight vessel with a shipment that is expected to help build information technology and agricultural capacities in their schools. Share the Wealth initiative was birthed from the Cornwall College Old Boys Association Mid Atlantic United States chapter, that's CCOBAMA, who see the need to assist in the STEM ambassadorship program. The Sandals Foundation also partnered with CCOBAMA to build information technology and agricultural capacity in schools. This partnership saw 25 schools receiving gifts. Dr. Osborne Pinnock, president of the Mico University College, is urging Jamaicans to get involved in the ever evolving world of science, technology, engineering, and mathematics. Dr. Pinnock was speaking at the launch of the MICA STEM Century International Conference 2023 at the institution's campus along Marcus Road in Kingston last Tuesday. Dr. Pinnock emphasized that Jamaica's STEM for Growth initiative will facilitate the pathway to economic growth by preparing the Jamaican workforce for future facing skills, enabling them to function in an ever evolving and unpredictable world environment. The Caribbean Examination Council, CXC, says it is monitoring Tropical Storm Brett as it approaches the region. CXC noted that they are in dialogue with ministries of education across the region as it relates to examinations that may be affected by the passage of the storm. Countries that have not been given any cancellation order by governments are expected to administer all exam sittings as normal. Stakeholders are being urged by the regional examination body to follow the safety directives provided by each government. And in Caribbean news, Education Minister in the British Virgin Islands, Shari de Castro, noted that the ministry will be recruiting interested students who are at the end of their high school journey to teach at various schools across the territory. According to de Castro, the teacher trainee program is not new to the territory, adding that some teachers in the local school system started out their careers as trainees. The ministry will soon be meeting with high school seniors to discuss the program as it could be used as a means to be integrated into the teaching profession. The ministry will be targeting recent college graduates, especially those who have not yet found jobs in the disciplines or areas they study. In our bulletins for today, Passion and Purity presents Youth Summer Camp 2023. This will be between August 2 to 5, 4 days and 3 nights. The cost is $12,850, which includes meals, a Jesus party, and accommodation at the hostel, which is at 11 Embers Way, Meadowbrook Park, St. Andrew. You can register at bit.ly or PPCamp 2023, or you can call 876 779 7171 for more information. The Shadeen Mackenzie Ministries will be hosting a gospel concert called Open Heaven, Feel the Rain. This will be happening on June 24, 2023 at the St. John's Road Church of God in Jamaica in Spanish Town, beginning at 6:30. Ministry will be done by Mrs. Travell Clark Wine, John Mark Wigan, and many others. ISCF Camps. ISCF Discipleship Camp Quest questions you encounter seeking truth. This will take place on August 12 to 17 for grades 7 to 13, and the cost is only $15,000. The location is at the campsite Moorlands, Manchester. Register and receive more information at ISCF Camps, iscfja.com. After registration, you can receive a copy of the illustrated Without Excuse book by Christian apologist Bruce Malone when you get to camp. That's all that we have for today's news. Thank you for listening.
Awesome. Thanks so much, Mrs. St. John. Appreciate you doing the news for us
Thank you.
and have a wonderful rest of your day.
Thanks, same to you.
All right. Thank you. So, everyone, as we know, June is Disaster Preparedness Month, and we have some first aid do's and don'ts to share from the Jamaica Information Service. Now, I don't know about any of you, but we've we've probably heard some of these in school before but never really paid attention to them. Well, now, being that there are so many disasters happening worldwide, let's just give a listening ear. Hopefully, one of them will stick. We'll remember one of them if anything happens, God forbid. But here are some do's for you. So, the first aid do's and don'ts of Disaster Preparedness Month. Some of the do's are, first of all, you want to inspect the patient's surrounding, apply pressure on serious bleeding, use the Heimlich maneuver for choking, and call emergency services right away. So, if you're administering first aid, inspect the patient's surrounding, apply pressure on serious bleeding areas, use the Heimlich maneuver to if there's any choking issue, and call emergency services right away. Now, here are the don'ts, and listen keenly to this part. Remove stuck objects. Lean back if you have a nosebleed. Move the patient if you suspect a head or neck injury. And forget and don't forget to wash your hands right after, right? So don't remove stuck objects. Don't lean back if you have a nosebleed. Don't move the patient if you suspect any form of head or neck injury. And most of all, don't forget to wash your hands immediately after dealing with someone who has been injured. All right. So we have for you Mrs. Kenisha Nooks Blake. She is the CEO, publicist, chief marketer at One Integrated Group Limited. And she is here to talk to us about their 1 in 5 Forward Communications Scholarship. So it's a scholarship opportunity, and she's with us to share briefly on that. Hello, hello, Mrs. Blake.
On mute. I'm good now.
Yes, yes. So you have to do that whole thing again because
Yes. Hi, Anesta. How are you?
I'm doing well. I'm doing well. Welcome to the show.
Thanks for having me. Thanks to the entire team. Campus Connection is awesome. Let me just tell you that.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. So you are, I'm seeing a heavy JD here. CEO, publicist, chief marketer. First of all, how do you do it all? I know we're going to get into the scholarship, but how do you do it all?
The grace of God. But I've been doing it for a number of years, over 20 years to be exact.
Hmm.
And it's all I know. Um,
Hmm.
I have a passion for marketing. I have a passion
Right.
for PR, and it's something that I started my studies in, and it's something that I've um, evolved into a business. And so this is just like it's a true story of
Mm-hmm.
following your passion and using that same passion to start creating income. And that's it.
And your passion has led you to now start applying, giving out scholarships. So tell us a little bit about exactly what the scholarship is and how can persons get involved.
All right, so Anesta, let me just give you a background story. When
Okay.
I was going to school, um, it was not the easiest thing to pay for tuition. And what used to happen is that I would try to find all of these funding opportunities because we just could not afford it.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm,
I mean, you would have one semester that was awesome. We could find it. I used to work full time, and so I get assistance from my mother, and then I would try to use my salary to catch up, and for the difference, I would use credit card or just try get funded. It was just dramatic. I've had several occasions where I was deregistered from the program because I couldn't pay.
Mm-hmm.
So this was something that it was painful, but
Right.
I pushed, I persevered, and I
Mm-hmm.
managed to finish my degree. And so the when I started the first of all, when I started the business, I always wanted it to be a business that would give back, not just to society, but also to sow into the lives of other professionals, other persons who are seeking to come into the industry of media, communications, journalism, in the creative industries. I always just wanted to feed back into that community. So personally, I've done several mentorships, coaching, grooming of interns. I've also um, personally just supported or helped people along their own journey.
Mm-hmm.
So I decided, okay, why don't I just formalize this whole thing? For the 5 year anniversary, we decided to, just launch a scholarship program where I can really, put my hand on helping somebody who desires that support for
Awesome.
education. So that's really how it started. Just that desire to help and to support a young person who wants to complete their studies and they don't have the funds or the means to do so.
Mm-hmm. I can absolutely relate to that whole deregister, the anxiety of not knowing where your funding is coming from. So now you've introduced the scholarship. What really is the scholarship about? Who can apply for it, and how do they apply?
All right, so the One in Five scholarship is an opportunity for a student who is currently enrolled in a local institution. So it can either be one of our local universities, or it can be maybe, well, ideally, we want a student who is already in school in a program,
Okay.
because we're using at least your first year or second year um, progress to determine whether or not you really qualify for the program.
Mm-hmm.
Because I know you have some students who just go in and, but we want those excellent students, those students who are really serious about the industry. And we're looking for very specific fields because at the end of this scholarship opportunity, we'll also be providing an internship at our organization. So if you're in the area of media, marketing, PR, communications, if you're into video production, graphic design, animation, any industry within media, communications, creative industry, we will look at your application favorably. We
Mm.
also want to ensure that you are dedicated to the industry. Like you've demonstrated, whether in your community, your school community, that you are a leader in a
Mhm.
particular area. So, say, for example, you lead a particular, those activities that they always have
Right.
with
Like a club or
our
society,
society, and
something,
especially if it
project.
exactly, especially if it has anything to do with the field of communications, we'll definitely give you a plus for that. But we want to ensure that you have consistently maintained a GPA of 3.5 or higher. Because as
Okay.
I say, we want serious students. Can I tell you something, Anista? I've also taught PR.
Mhm.
And sometimes I get a little, just a toops bit concerned about the quality of practitioners that we are training for the industry.
Mhm.
Like when I mark papers and I just look at, the level of writing and,
Mhm.
the passion that they put into what they're doing. And not to say that the crop of students are not good and they're not going to evolve into great professionals, but I want to see persons who are really really serious about the industry, and they're already displaying a level of excellence
Mhm.
in what they're doing. So we want to ensure that they have a GPA of 3.5 or higher. And as I
Mhm.
said before, they should showcase exceptional leadership skills. So they should be actively involved in university or college life, um,
Mhm.
serving as either a leader or an officer in an official university club or activity. And then, of course, because we want to make sure that this person really needs the support.
Mhm.
Should also demonstrate that they really want to access the funding. And so they need to demonstrate their financial need.
Financial need. That's
Yes.
important. And we certainly have a lot more to discuss. But we're right now we're just gonna go for a quick break. And when we return, more with Mrs. Kanisha Blake talking about scholarship opportunities. Stay with us right here on Campus Connection.
Cubby's Baby Wipes is ideal for your baby's delicate skin, infused with vitamin E and aloe vera, and available for home or on the go. The time by Cubby's Baby Wipes is
5:51.
Well, if you want buy appliances for your home with the quality high and the price low, get it on a Bashco. Get it on a Bashco. Bashco. For everything where you need. Bash quality service guaranteed and a Bashco. Get it on a store that gives you more. Yeah, Bashco. Get furniture for your house, and linen everything for your kitchen, rugs, mugs, and more at Bashco. The store that gives you more. Bashco.
Here's why you can't afford to miss the Morning Watch.
I love listening to the Morning Watch because topics are discussed and issues are highlighted that are of major importance, which in turn edify me.
The Morning Watch, Tuesdays, Wednesdays, and Thursdays.
I like listening to the Morning Watch. I find it very informative. I find it very interesting. The topics that are covered are very, very wide.
The Morning Watch, thought provoking, insightful, current. Listen for the probing questions with attorney at law Stokely Marshall and the in-depth discussion with Reverend Dr. Dallin Toussaint. Every Wednesday, the Morning Watch is brought to you by Chris and Charles. When you think loans, think Chris and Charles. Every first and third Wednesday, the Morning Watch is brought to you by Home and Things. Home and Things, your construction finishes superstore. The Morning Watch, Tuesdays, Wednesdays, and Thursdays. The Morning Watch is on the family station Love 101.
Mormac Auto Parts, your Honda Ridgeline new parts dealer located in Kingston. Call us at 326-7371 or 821-5232. Remember, we are your Honda Ridgeline new parts dealer located in Kingston. Call us at 326-7371 or 821-5232 now.
At Flow, we are determined to get it right. Now, over 60% of Jamaica has access to our fiber fast network, with over 800 communities being upgraded since 2020. And there's more to come. Everything we're doing is inspired by our harshest critic, you. Join Jamaica's fiber fast network and rediscover Flow today.
Importers. Shipments requiring you to pay customs duties and taxes are cleared on a customs goods declaration known as an IM4 or IMS4. Ask your clearing agent to provide your customs declaration, customs assessment notice, and customs receipt once duties and taxes are paid. Where your clearing agent may not be able to provide the IM4 or IMS4, request your customs goods declaration registration number or C number, which can be used to verify your payments. Importers, request your IM4, IMS4, or C number. It is your right. For details, email the Jamaica Customs Agency at public.relations@jca.gov.jm. Jamaica Customs, keeping our customers in focus.
Okay, where are the campus heights?
Welcome back to Campus Connection. I'm your host, Anesta, and I've been talking with Mrs. Kanisha Nooks Blake. She is the CEO, publicist, chief marketer at One Integrated Group Limited. And before the break, she was sharing with us on just her passion to help our generation to give them opportunities that she herself did not have when she was in school. And before the break, she mentioned having that those who are eligible for scholarships need to have a GPA of 3.5. They also need to be able to demonstrate financial need. Mrs. Blake, are there any other eligibility requirements that applicants need to know about?
Yes, absolutely. So, in addition to just ensuring that the stuff relating to your academics are achieved, we also want to ensure that you are able to tell us in a story or an essay, what makes you the best candidate to receive this award. There's also an application form, and
Mm-hmm.
as soon as you can access the application form and submit it before the deadline, you have a foot in. And
Okay.
that's basically it.
Where do we go to get the application form?
So if you go to our website, there onegroupja.com, that's ONE groupja.com, there is a tab called scholarship. You'll get all the details. Everything I just mentioned is listed on the website. And there's also a quick link where you can fill out the application form. We want to ensure as well that you get your transcript from your school, because we want to verify that you have maintained a GPA, and that's basically it. So
Nice.
communicators won't find this difficult.
Right.
You know,
Right.
writing stories is what you do if you're a PR professional. I mean, for the other areas like the creative, the graphic designers, and so on. I mean, if you submit also like a creative piece to support your essay, you can put get creative with the
Mm-hmm.
application process. But for sure,
Absolutely.
the minimum requirements, maintaining the GPA, submitting the essay, filling out the application form, submitting it by the deadline of August 10 at midnight, you're in. You're one step further in receiving a call if you're successful.
Wonderful. I certainly hope that someone listening took notes on that and is prepared to just go ahead and apply. Thank you so much, Mrs. Blake, for your time, for coming to share with us on this opportunity. And I wish you all the best in your future endeavors.
Thank you so much for having me, Anesta. And we're just looking to do our part in the industry,
Oh,
and may the best candidate win.
I agree 100%. Certainly.
All right.
All right. Take care. Thank you so much.
You too. Thank you.
All right. You heard it from Mrs. Kenisha Nooks Blake. She has a scholarship available for those of you who are in PR, communications, video production, graphics, animation. If you're in any of the communications areas, you are certainly welcome to apply for that scholarship. Coming up now, we do have Mr. Jermaine Johnson to join us with a special Word Vibes feature on pride versus humility. Hello, Mr. Johnson.
Hello, hello. Hi,
You
hi,
can go ahead
Anesta.
and share.
All right. So, good afternoon, everyone. And so, our word vibes for today, courtesy of Passion and Purity, entitled Humility versus Pride, Part 2. In Part 1, we looked at establishing what pride is, and we said that pride is self exaltation above God and others. And pride says, I will do it my way, and I did it my way without God. And sin in any form is therefore pride. And so, as we look at the fact that Satan is the king of pride, we want to say from Job 41, verse 34, the Bible says, he beholdeth all high things. He is the king over all the children of pride. Jesus, however, is the opposite. He is humble, he is meek and lowly in heart. He says to us, take my yoke upon you and learn of me, and I am meek and lowly in heart, and ye shall find rest in your souls. And that's Matthew 11, verse 29. So I want us to consider that pride causes us to manifest characteristics of the devil, the king of pride, who wants his children to be just like him. Pride is actually the root cause of all unforgiveness, offenses, malice, envy, rebellion, and sadly, resultant of so many wars and murders. And this is because pride brings contention. And the scripture, Proverbs 13, verse 10 says, only by pride commit contention, but with the well advised is wisdom. So every time we see contention and war around us, we see the devil's fingerprints and deadly works and the root cause of pride. And so I just want to close with looking at some of the symptoms of pride. Symptoms of pride include stubbornness and hard heartedness, timidity, and low self worth, jealousy, hatred for what God is doing in the life of other persons. And we may see some disadvantages in all forms of anger and malice. And so, what we want us to do is to remember that when we walk in pride, we will fail. And it's only God that can lift us up, because God resisted the proud, but he gives grace or influence and enablement to those who are humble. And so, in closing, when God gives his grace, you will find that you will remain humble in him, and therefore you will not hurt, you will genuinely forgive, and you'll walk in forgiveness. Proverbs 29, verse 23, a man's pride shall bring him low, but honor shall uphold the humble in spirit. Humble yourself in the sight of the Lord, and he shall lift you up. That's James 4, verse 10. So this is our word advice feature for the day. And I just bless the Lord for Passion and Purity. And you can go on to Passion and Purity on Facebook, on YouTube, or any one of the platform, Instagram, and you can get more information about the Word Vibe series that we have. God bless you and have an awesome afternoon. I think you're muted, Anesta.
All right,
Yes.
here we go. Thank you so much, Mr. Jeremy Johnson, producer by night, teacher, educator by day, and
All right.
minister. Thanks so much for that feature. We're going up for a quick break, everyone. And when we return, we'll have more campus connections. Stay with us.
Okay, where are the campus lights? Students are strapped up in a price. We are.
Every Wednesday at 11 a.m. on Love 101, you're invited to listen to Good Morning Minister, a weekly feature where government ministers will speak about the development in their various ministries. Listen for the updates and have your questions and concerns ready to share inside Good Morning Minister as the Minister of Information, Robert Nesta Morgan, and a guest minister or agency head discuss the issues and take your questions and suggestions. Get ready to call in during Good Morning Minister, 11 a.m. on Wednesdays, right here on Love 101, the family station.
Rise with the sun and face the day with some Lasco instant chocolate. Pull a pack, stir it up. Hot or cold, enjoy the chocolatey goodness any time of the day and unleash instant smiles, instant happiness.
Chrissy, summer's coming up. What are you going to do?
I don't know enough. I'm just glad school is going on a break.
Yeah, me too. I want to go somewhere nice with my mommy and daddy.
Did you know Love 101 is going on the road? I wonder if my grandma would let you guys come with me and my family to I Love Summer.
I Love Summer? What's that, Chrissy?
I Love Summer is Love 101 FM's road show. They're going to 8 different parishes to talk to kids, and they'll have giveaways and prize, kiddie village, games, contests, and activities for everybody in the family, even kids.
For real? That sounds like a lot of fun. I want to go. I'm going to ask my parents if we can go. Will they have food?
Of course, food is on sale. Food vendors on the location. Nice natural juice from Clarendon Blends and plenty more. I know you love your belly, so you'll be all right.
Yes, I know my auntie and brother will want to come too. So this is going to be fun.
Yep, so we can play together with our friends when we go. This is why I love summer.
I love summer. Saturday, June 24, 11 a.m. to 5 p.m. Spanish Town Shopping Center, right by the clock. Live on Love 101 FM, the family station, celebrating 30 years of music, family, and love.
Okay, where are the campus heights? Students are strap up in a price.
Welcome back to Campus Connection. Good evening, Abraham. Good evening, Hazel. Good evening to those who came in the comments just to show your love. If you haven't already done so, Campus Connection is live on YouTube and Facebook. Go to our live stream, leave a comment, say hello, and I'll say hello back. But we also want to hear from you. You know, this is our episode where we're talking about what happens after school. After you leave school, what's next? We know this is a big and an important stage in the lives of our young people. And so we want to help them to navigate that period without the anxiety, without the stress. All right. So if you have any tips, any words of encouragement, you can go ahead and leave something in the comment section, or you can go to our WhatsApp line. It's 876-997-3125. You can even call us in studio at 876-968-8327 to 8. I see you, Teely. I see you. And to those who are still just coming on, go ahead and leave a comment, leave an encouragement to our young people. But right now, we have a special feature with Mr. Gary Mackenzie and Miss Donna Hunter from the University of the Commonwealth Caribbean, UCC. All right. So let's just have this feature now, and from there, we have of course, our topic coming up with our school leavers. What's next discussion with Miss Ruth Lawrence, Miss, not Mrs. Miss Ruth Lawrence and Mr. Jermaine Johnson will be joining us again. All right, so let's now go to that feature from the UCC, and we will be back with more Campus Connection. All right, it seems we're having a bit of technical difficulties there, but nonetheless, it's a great time for us to talk about what's next inside of the lives of our young people. So you've left high school, you've done all you could, you've passed your subjects, or maybe not all of them, but what's next? How do you now navigate this period? Do you go straight into getting a job, or do you take a break year where you just try to figure out what you're gonna do, or do you go into further education? How do you navigate this period? All right, so let's now welcome our guest, Miss Ruth Lawrence. She is the founder and managing director of Power Her Moves Services. And of course, Miss Ruth Lawrence is no stranger to this show. She has been on giving us some wonderful tips, and she has been behind the scenes too, just working, behind the scenes, helping us to navigate this period. For Miss Ruth Lawrence, she is specializing in leveraging the power of digital media, content creation and management, training and facilitation for team enrichment. So she focuses on understanding that creating content and managing platforms can be intimidating and time consuming. And she has launched a business to provide tailored services for you. You might be in need of social media management, content creation. Ruth is your person. All right. And we also have Mr. Jermaine Johnson. He is we heard from him earlier, and now he will be joining us. He is a graduate of Guys Hill High and Dint Hill Technical High Schools. He specialized in home economics and he is now teaching that subject. He's also a graduate of the Michael University College and the University of Technology, Jamaica. So, certainly, we have two persons who will be joining us who know a lot about this weird, awkward period. Um, and so let's just welcome Mr. Jermaine Lawrence and Miss Ruth Lawrence now to the show. Welcome, welcome, welcome.
Hi, Anesta.
Sister renamed me a while ago.
Yes.
I didn't.
We are sisters, so me no mind. Honest.
We're
But
family.
yeah, of course. I mean, who better to talk with us about what to do after you leave high school? I mean, we have the pro herself. She's like, guys, I don't want to tell you. I don't want to get into the details of what she does, but I'm telling you, she's like the secret weapon of campus connection.
Wow.
Secret
A part
weapon.
of, a part of.
She gives us the inside scoops, who to talk to, where to go. You know, she has the connections. So you certainly want her to be working with you. And then, of course, Jermaine. Jermaine is like
Absolutely.
the multifaceted,
The head cook.
the jack of all trades kind of guy. So,
Yeah. No mind, we just come up with that program. Yeah,
okay,
good
so
to be
before
here.
we actually get into our discussion, I understand that we have a feature from the UCC, and I just want to have us play that feature right now, and then
Right.
Ruth and German, you
Yeah,
can
we can
you
get
can
it.
go ahead and give us some awesome tips. All right,
Yeah.
all right. So let's go with that right now.
An inclusive economy.
Having us for
Here's
this
why you can't
episode of
afford to
Career
miss the
Talk.
Morning Watch.
I am
I
Gary
love listening to the
McKenzie,
Morning
Acting
Watch because topics
Assistant
are
Director of
discussed and
Student
issues are
Support here
highlighted that
at the
are of major.
University of the Commonwealth Caribbean. And with me is Miss Donna Hunter, Recruitment and Enrollment Manager. Donna, tell us a little bit more about the programs UCC offers.
Good evening, everyone. Thank you, Gary. For starters, I want to give you a little background on the University of the Commonwealth Caribbean. In 2004, the IMS and IMP merged, and from this merger, the UCC was created. We currently have 5 campuses, one in Montego Bay, Ocho Rios, Maypen, Mandeville, and our head office and campus is located in Kingston on Worthington Avenue. All our programs are accredited by the University Council of Jamaica. So I'm going to share with our students this afternoon how they can gain admittance into our undergraduate program. Applicants should possess a minimum of 5 subjects at the GCE or CSEC level, including the mandatory English language and mathematics. We are aware that sometimes students only have 4 CXCs. They can also apply pending the outstanding CSEC subjects, or they can opt to do the UCC replacement courses, which are core mathematics, English for academic purpose, and fundamentals of accounting. Gary, I want you to share with our students this afternoon the scholarships that are being offered here at the UCC.
Sure, Donna. I'd like the students to understand that even though we have these courses for persons who already have funding, for persons who don't have funding, we have scholarships. There are several scholarships that we offer, which include the first generation scholarship, and that's for someone who is the first person in their family to pursue higher education and tertiary education. We also have full scholarships as well as a scholarship that's called Helping Hand for persons who might fall in financial difficulty while they're studying. They can get those scholarships. And you can get information about our application process as well as the scholarships from our website, and that's ucc.edu.jm.
So just before we close out, Gary, students, applications are now open for our fall 2023 semester. All prospective students can visit our website at ucc.edu.jm. And should you require additional information, you can send the Recruitment and Enrollment Department a WhatsApp message at 822-6838 or give us a call at 906-3000 extension 4015 or 4060. Thank you for having us, and we look forward to seeing some of you enrolled in one of our programs here at the UCC.
Bye bye for now.
All right. We are going to a quick break, and when we come back, more Campus Connection. What's next? Our School Leavers edition. Stay with us.
I want to go on from campus. Young people are go hard from campus. Come on, we can light up your world with the rays of the sun. Putting pure energy in the palm of your hand.
For over 20 years, Fosrich has been putting a world of energy in your hands. Now we bring you big savings with our line of solar energy products and LED lighting. Financing now available for all your home and commercial retrofit projects. Consult with our in-house staff or certified professional engineers for all your electrical needs. Fosrich lifestyle. It's electric Fosrich, your energy world.
What does AML mean? AML means anti-money laundering. Each financial institution assesses the money laundering risk of a customer before opening an account. If a customer is assessed as being low risk for money laundering, the financial institution can apply simplified customer due diligence requirements.
This financial literacy tip was brought to you by Bank of Jamaica, building an inclusive economy.
Here's why you can't afford to miss the Morning Watch.
I love listening to the Morning Watch because topics are discussed and issues are highlighted that are of major importance, which in turn edify me.
The Morning Watch, Tuesdays, Wednesdays, and Thursdays.
I like listening to the Morning Watch. I find it very informative. I find it very interesting. The topics that are covered are very, very wide.
The Morning Watch, thought-provoking, insightful, current. Listen for the probing questions with attorney at law Stokely Marshall and the in-depth discussion with Reverend Dr. Dallin Toussaint. On Thursdays, the Morning Watch is brought to you by Educam Cooperative Credit Union, providing value through service, and Bashco, the store that gives you more. The Morning Watch, Tuesdays, Wednesdays, and Thursdays. The Morning Watch is on the family station Love 101.
Okay, where are the campus eyes? Students are struck up in a pride.
With just a few more minutes to go before we wrap this discussion up, welcome back to Campus Connection. I'm Anesta. I am your host, and I have with me Mr. Jermaine Johnson and Miss Ruth Lawrence. And they're here to talk to us about some scholarship applications that are opportunities that are available, and also just what to do after you leave school. So let me start with you first, Ruth. What are some of the scholarship opportunities available to our students who are leaving school?
Well, I'm pleased. Thank you so much, Anesta. I'm really excited for our students, to be honest with you. There are a myriad of scholarships that are available. For example, the Ministry of Finance website, they have tons of local and international scholarships for students.
Mhm.
We have the Ministry of Education and Youth, which also has a dedicated website for scholarship opportunities for students. As a
Mhm.
matter of fact, the JAMVAT scholarship is now open.
Okay.
That scholarship offers you 30%, well, pays rather 30% of your tuition, and all you have to do is to volunteer for only 200 hours. Who
Wow.
does that, right? There is also the Scholarship Jamaica that has tons of scholarship. This is like the premier scholarship site right now in Jamaica. They have a website and they also have an Instagram page.
Okay.
Jermaine, should I give them the big one that I have or should I wait?
I think I
You
should
want me to
wait just
wait?
a little
Let
bit.
me wait. So let me
Yeah.
go
Jamin,
over to
no,
Jeremy.
do not give them the big
Telling you.
one.
Um,
I have
Ruth,
tons more, but I'm gonna allow Jeremy to jump in.
Okay.
all right, so Ruth went ahead and shared some of the scholarship things, and I just want to kind of segue to say that
Mhm.
you are leaving school now, don't panic.
Okay.
That's one thing. Look at what it is that you would have done wrong. Persons would have finished their 60 and they say, okay, they fail some subjects, and that might have happened. Look at what you would have done wrong and decide to say, okay, chart a course as to
Mm-hmm.
what is my next move.
Mm-hmm.
And in the same breath, too, always have a plan B. In this time right now, it's exciting times to be living. I am saying I can't see programs where hard trust. We have to bring in them. Hard trust now, the things are free. No,
Mm.
any course that you want to go do at Heart, you listen to us. I want you to call Campus Connection, right? But I'm just saying that. You know, I have to put in that plug. But Heart Trust, the courses are free. So persons can go in and get into a lot of TVET and STEM programs. And
Mm-hmm.
so you may not have reached the program that you want.
Mm-hmm.
Ruth mentioned about the scholarships by the Ministry of Education. I just want to mention a few of them quickly. General Scholarship, you have the Annual Jamaica Scholarship, you have the Emancipation Scholarship, you take Open Scholarship, Jamaica Technical High School Scholarship, you have the Maths, Science, TVET, Education and Engineering Scholarship, In-Service Teacher Upgrade, MOE Monroe College, New York Scholarship, and then you would have mentioned the Financial Assistant Grant and Jamaica Valleys and Attitudes Program. So there's quite a lot that is out there, and we are saying to you, go research, and some of these scholarships by June 30. The
Mm-hmm.
Ministry of Education one, so we don't have a time. So
So,
we have to
so,
work
so
fast.
very quickly, Jermaine and Ruth, what are some of the, because not everyone is going into further education at this point. So
Yeah.
if you're considering that gap year or going straight into a job, give me some tips really quickly for that scenario.
I'm
Let me,
gonna
Okay.
jump on the
okay,
share.
go
All
ahead.
right, go ahead, Ruth, ladies before
Okay.
gentlemen.
All right, thanks, Jermaine. So for the gap year, I think it's very important in terms of assessing what are your interests and what are your skills. Jermaine gave a shameless plug a while ago for Heart and Heart NST, and they
Okay.
deserve it because Heart has a myriad of opportunities for youth. And of course, they're all free. Heart has what is called the on the job training program, where you submit a resume and then you can actually get placed in a program, be paid while you're learning on the job. They
Nice.
do have apprenticeship programs that are available to students that can learn while they're earning, right? The LEGS program, many of them that exist for young people. But so if you decide to take the gap year and you want to work, there are places that you can go to seek out employment, and Heart NSTA is one of the primary places that you can go. Now,
Mm-hmm.
if it's the other case where you probably want to further your education, Jermaine just said again that the Heart NSTA, all their courses right
Right,
up
right.
from levels 1 to 4, they're all free. So nobody should have an excuse right now of not having a skill,
Right. So
right?
if you take the gap year
Hmm.
though,
Yes.
to because you're really not sure, okay, I studied all of these subjects in high school, but I
Uh-huh.
don't know what I want
Yeah.
to do. So from that scenario, if you take the
Hmm.
gap year, give me two tips that you would give to that
Hmm.
student.
One of
First
them
thing,
is
speak with a career counselor. Oh,
mhm.
Okay.
speak with a career counselor. I would say that because in my time, I believe we didn't have a lot of career counselors, but they do exist now. There are
Mhm.
youth empowerment officers as well through the Ministry of Education that I believe they can speak with that will put them on that path to where it is that
Okay.
they need to be. I'm
Okay.
gonna
What
have
about you,
Jermaine
Jermaine?
jump in
Any
with number
tips?
two.
Yeah, I was saying that one of the things is that in taking a gap year, people can volunteer. There are so many volunteer programs that are out there.
Yes.
I can talk about my life. For a while, that's a gap year I was taking, but it's just that we never reached college yet. So I volunteered at church. I'm telling
Okay.
you, it was so enriching for me. That time I did work at church and I learned so much. I traveled, I meet people. Different things were happening just
Mm-hmm.
before, going into college, that college experience. And so
Mm-hmm.
persons got to waste time and sit down and just not do nothing.
Right.
Volunteer,
Mhm.
Right.
create something. that you always wanted to do,
Mhm.
and out of that your passion will come forth, you
And what
know.
So
about,
true.
Jermaine, what about if you're now going into, you're going to start your career path fresh out of high school? Any tips for that student?
One thing, research. Research. I'm telling you, see how best you can research what you're going into. And even after researching what you're going into, mentors are so important. I am just loving it. What I see happening in education right now, we have the well, we cut the JTC, yeah?
Mhm.
Jamaica Teaching Council, and I see a mentorship program happening with in-service teachers right now. And on April 4, the other day, they had a big thing at the Michael, wherein they
Mhm.
were introducing the incoming teachers to
Mhm.
the system. So mentorship is a big thing. So find somebody who is in that career field and
Mhm.
see how it is that they can guide you along. The next thing is that start with planning. I'm
Mm.
telling you, if you are going to do this thing, you have to plan, and you cannot be distracted and watching John Brown doing this. You know, I was in my program at college and wanted to quit almost because some of my friends went on police and this and them make money. And year two, I was like, no, but I had counselors again and mentors who said, sit down, youth, and take
Mhm.
the training. Yeah. So
So,
those are two
so
things.
a recurring theme I'm hearing from both of you, you need a mentor, you need a career advisor, coach, somebody
Mm-hmm.
to just kind of help to guide you along the way. Very
Yeah.
important. Also, there are so many scholarships out there. That's another thing I drew from this conversation. So many
Mhm.
scholarships out there. And if you literally Google scholarships in Jamaica, a bunch of websites will come up.
But
Ministry
there
of
is but
Education,
there
Ministry
is
of
one though, Anesta, that I think we
Yeah, mention
definitely
the
need
big
to
one.
Please
highlight.
give us the big one because we
This
do
is
have
the
Yes,
big
I'm
one, and if you are a young person listening, you need to get your pen and your paper, type it on your phone. No,
okay.
the Jamaica Tertiary Education Commission, that's JTEC.
Okay.
They did an extensive research the other day on all the scholarships that are available to Jamaican students. No, this website has what is called the scholarship database and the tuition fee database, meaning if Anesta decides that, hey, I want to do a master's, or I want to do a second, maybe first degree, or whatever the case may be, you can go onto JTEC's website, get a rundown of all that's required to pursue that course,
Mhm.
find out what the cost is for that course. Yes, and also connect with the scholarships that are available for that particular course. Now,
Mm.
the JTech website, the scholarship database, that is, they have scholarships, yes, they have grants,
Mm.
bursaries, global scholarships that are available to Jamaican students, loans if you want to take that route, but
Nice.
but what I want to say is that you no longer have to be searching all over the place. It is a one-stop shop for all things scholarship. That's a Jamaica
So,
Tertiary Education Commission's scholarship
right.
database.
That's awesome. So you don't have to Google it anymore. Perfect.
Not
It is
anymore.
and it's not. If you
Awesome.
can give me
Thank you
30
so
seconds,
Oh, sorry.
with time up, but just
Mhm.
30 seconds to run this.
All
But
right, go
I'm
ahead.
saying to persons, teaching is
Mhm.
an option. Yeah. So you
Okay.
have so many teachers, colleges that are out there now. Bethlehem, Catholic College, churches, College of Agriculture Science Education, Edna, GC Foster, IUC, Knox, Monique, Northern Caribbean University, Shamsha, Shartland, I'm going fast. St. Joseph, the Michael University, University of West Indies, University of Technology. When you see much there? 17. And we're saying, young men, we need you. Young women, we need you. Come in at the thing, come serve your country. Yeah, we know some situation there, but
Level up, level up,
we need some people to come in.
level up.
Right. Awesome, awesome discussion. Thank
Definitely.
you so much, Ruth and Jeremy. Always a pleasure. Always a pleasure to have you on the show. Wish you all the best.
All right, take care. Thanks.
Thank you, Nesta. Bless you. Bye bye.
All right, so ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, that brings us to the end of another campus connection. It got quite exciting at the end there, but certainly we want to give a shout out and a thank you to all of our hardworking production staff, Daniel Downs, Jonathan Fletcher, Jermaine Johnson, Dr. Nadine Blair, and Latifa Reed. We also want to let you know that next week, our campus connection show will be an open campus. So we have fun activities, giveaways, guest RTs. You definitely want to pass through next week, June 27. All right. So we'll see you next week on Campus Connection, Tuesday at 5:30 p.m. Until then, it's Anesta signing out, wishing you all the best.
Walk on, everybody want know.